up, YouTube? Reverend Bob here. So, I'm going to show a couple of little videos of this, but what I'm doing here is there's a little slack in the right side tie rod end. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is called an outer tie rod end, and then up in there's an inner tie rod. It goes to a section bar. Okay, so you got your tie rod ends, then you got your ball joint, and then you have your swag. Well, that's what I call it anyway. So what happens here is, because there's just a little bit of slack and the car's out of alignment, I'm just going to change both the tie rod ends. And my reason for that is if I'm going to go through the trouble of, loosening the lock nut and everything else, then I might as well just change them, right? So I'm going to change them out. I'm going to check the boots, make sure nothing's leaking and everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a front end alignment. Now, some people think that this is some kind of big thing to do, but it's really not. Really, the biggest thing is getting your wheels straight, right? And you're going to take a line from the front wheel, past the front wheel, to the rear wheel, right? Because the rear wheel back there is locked, right? So it's always going to stay the same. Unless there's shifting in the rear end, it'll always draw a straight line. So what I'm going to do is run a line about, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of an inch out from the tire, right? And then I'm going to run it up here, and I'm going to see what the distance is from the inside of the tire and the outside of the tire, and that will tell me what it's supposed to be. Because on front end alignments, you should be 1/16 of an inch in on the inside, okay, on both sides. But what you want to do before you do that, okay, is you want to make sure that it's even. So, say for instance, it's 3/4 of an inch from the outside of the tire to the line, measure with a measuring tape, and the back should be the same. And then after you've gotten that on both sides, right, then what you do is you bring the front part of your tire, when your tire's on there, okay, you want to cant it in a 1/16 of an inch. And what that does is it keeps you true. Some people would think, oh, well, you'd want to have it exactly the same. That's not true. That doesn't draw you a straight line. And you're always going to have a little bit of slack in your front end. I don't care what anybody says. So if you want your front end to be true and to travel correctly, that's how you do it. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that today. It shouldn't be a very big project. I have all the tools to do it, so that's the biggest part. And then I'm going to cut this video short, and then once I get into actually adjusting it, I'll come back and give you part 2. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Like, share, subscribe. Reverend Bob is out of here. See ya.